What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? You know, I haven't done a pickups video since August. And there's actually been a lot of reasons why I haven't. I just really haven't been out picking up things, to be honest with you. In fact, I've actually been thinning out what I have and bringing it down to its bare necessities for, again, a great number of reasons. Not shying away. I've noticed a trend of people walking away from video games on a couple of closed groups I belong to, especially this one from Arizona. A lot of people are walking away and selling off everything, but I assure you that is not the case. I'm just focusing my searches on specific things. But lately, financially, I've been focusing my money on adult, responsible things for the most part, you know. I've also picked up quite a bit of toy things lately, and I promise you we're not shifting into a toy channel versus a video game channel. I wouldn't even call this a video game channel anymore. Yes, I'm called the Atari Creep, and I'll talk about video games and systems and what have you. But I'm finally getting that spark of making my channel more round. I'm going to be doing a lot more prop builds. I might be opening up an Etsy store. You'll see all that stuff here pretty soon. I got some stuff lined up. That's pretty cool. But without me rambling on for about 20 minutes about what I have and haven't been doing, because you guys know, you see me on Instagram and Facebook, and you've seen my latest videos. I figured I got a package yesterday, Monday the 9th. I know I'm going to upload this probably Thursday or Friday of this week. So, but for me, it was yesterday for Mr. Paku Paku. Again, who I believe is also thinning out his herd. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with him. But he had said that I have another package for you. So he sent it out. I got it yesterday. I figured it'd be a perfect opportunity to open this, do like an unboxing video, and just show the few little things that I have picked up. I keep looking at them on the table as if you can see them, right? And just show you the few things that I've picked up since August. So I promise this won't be too long. I'll try not to yab too much about each item because, quite frankly, I can't remember where some of it came from. So without further ado, let's get to what I grabbed. Coffee down. A number of times I've gone to this local church thrift store. They're only open on, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I pop in there even if I only have like $5 or $10 because I can always walk away with a lot of stuff for like no money there. And it's not like I'm trying to rip them off. I mean, they know. They don't care. They're just like, get it out of here. You're the only guy looking for this shit. So I keep it a secret. And when I do hit, I do hit. This time I was kind of lucky. I got a couple of Game Boy games. The first one was this Pac-Man Color Edition, special dealio. Then I got a Dexter's Laboratory game. And last, Lego Stunt Rally. Is that what that is? Yeah, Stunt Rally. Ironically, I don't have anything to play these on. But that's okay. Those are pretty fun. As elementary schools do, they have those scholastic book fairs. And we take the kids to them any chance we get. Our kids, thankfully, are book junkies. On top of being TV junkies. But they love books. So we were sitting in there. And they also had a game for the Nintendo DS. It was only like $4 or $5. I can't remember. But Goosebumps Horrorland. I haven't played it yet. I hear it's average at best. But between me and one of the girls, we decided that we wanted to pick this up. And they've really been getting into my 3DS playing Mario Kart. So I figured this is her game, you know what I mean? Give her something to be excited about. So, though she hasn't used it yet. The next items on the block came from Mr. Joe Goes Retro. I had a bowling game for the Nintendo Famicom. I think it was called like Dynamite Bowling or something like that. Not much of a bowling game. I do like Atari Bowling, which is a really cool and fun game for like 10 minutes. But he's really big into them, like I am the pinball games for video game systems. So I'd mentioned to him, do you want it? He never really got back to me. And I kept saying, do you want it? He never got back to me. Finally, I said, do you want to do a trade? And he got right back to me. So I don't know if, Joe, you just didn't want to take it for free or what. It was yours to take, buddy. But I wanted it in your hands because I knew you would appreciate it more than me. But long story short, he got a huge lot of Atari stuff, and I noticed there were a few games in there that I could have used. So I said, hey, how about we just do a swap for it? And he was agreeable. So I was able to pick up Journey Escape for the Atari 2600 and the Adventures of Tron on the M Network for the Atari 2600. And what's interesting about these games, I mean, this one here is a little controversial as far as whether it's good or not. I think it's a good game. But they go towards a subset I'm trying to complete. Journey Escape completed a subset for me. My initial collection, what I had for the 2600 when it was still relevant up until I got an NES. So this completed the Creep's original collection subset, and I was grateful for him to hook me up with that, and it's a great looking label and everything. As far as the Adventures of Tron go, I'm trying to get a complete M Network subset. I'm down to maybe 3 more games or so. I'll flash a list up on the top corner, probably up here somewhere, of the titles that I do need. So if you happen to have them, you want to donate them, let me know. If you have them for cheap, let me know. I would like to complete that subset here soon and then move on to Activision titles. But yeah, those are from Joe. He also sent along some cool stickers, and this is like a keychain button bottle opener all in one dealio. It's like the Swiss Army knives of Joe Goes Retro advertising. So Joe, thank you so much. Jump cut. Yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot this. This was sitting in my pocket waiting to be pulled out to talk about. When I was mentioning to Joe about doing a trade, I said, you know what, let's forget the Atari games. He had mentioned back in the day that he would put together a SD card for me for my Atari Portable, because I just don't have the means to do it here. Believe it or not, our PC does not have an SD slot. And I don't care to buy an SD reader because I don't use SD that often. So, long story short, I said, how about we just forego the Atari games, and he just put that together for me. And he was nice enough just to send me everything anyway. So he did. He picked up an SD card for my Atari Portable, and now I have unlimited power. So, Joe, thank you so much for all that, man. I really do appreciate it. Next items are Christmas related. I did not participate in the Atari.io Secret Santa this year, only because I didn't have the means. Which kind of bummed out Mr. BTB of Link's Lounge, the Jag Bar, and 7800 Avenue. I'll put a link to his channel down below. You need to check that shit out. It's good stuff. He needs to have 3-digit subscriptions. Easy. I guess he wanted to get me as a Secret Santa recipient, and it just didn't turn out that way because he had a few things he had found wherever that he was really excited to get to me. But he just said, F it, and just said, a box just randomly showed up one day. And it didn't even have his name on it. So it's like I was scared to open this thing. I didn't know what the heck. So I said, fuck it. If I get anthrax, I get anthrax. I'm opening the box. And it turns out there were 3 amazing gifts from him, along with some lovely notes. So let me get right into what it is, or what I did receive. Oh, no. The first thing is I got Frankenstein for the Atari 2600. Now, admittedly, I do have this already. However, my label is complete garbage. This thing is crisp and clean and smells like a fresh pack of potato chips. It doesn't really smell like potato chips. It's a metaphor. So when I saw that, I was super excited because I do plan on making a Frankenstein display at some point and then putting this on a stand somewhere. A nice, this is going to help complete something as well. So, Mr. BTB, thank you so much for that, bro. I really do appreciate it. Now, the next item, I have to pick up a piece because I dropped it. You know what? Let me read the note first, because that is the part that really got to me. I mean, the item itself, as cool as it really is, isn't half as cool without this note. So, let me put it in front of the screen and try to read it through the viewfinder here. This is a model I put together when I was in 7th grade. I've always been a model guy, love building them, creating my own. I love the crazy, macabre creations that you create. Therefore, I wanted to give you my T800. Please give him a new paint job. Sorry about the missing parts, but I know a man of your talents, yeah, whatever, can turn this pile into something badass. Cheers. And I know if you've been on my Instagram, you know already what this thing is. He sent me, it's the Horizon from 1991, I think. 1/6 scale or 1/5 scale G800 endoskeleton. I've already started taking parts of the, off. And then I dropped the head before hitting play on this thing. I should have, got my shit together before hitting record. But it's a vinyl model kit. It is missing the lower arm, which has the hand attached to it. It's missing one piston from the hip to the torso. And just a couple of extra little things that I know I can recreate, like just a bar that goes across here. And just a couple of the tiny, tiny, tiny little things. Now, I don't want to spoil it, but I have a lot of plans for this thing. So, stay tuned to the Amelia Macabre for that. And I need to pick up a few things before I do what I'm going to do with this. So, I'm not going to spoil that at all. But the first thing I'm going to need to do is dissect this as much as I can without, being too crazy about it, and strip the paint. So, we're going to get to this as soon as possible. Hopefully before, say, March. It's going to be a time process, so bear with me. This thing is going to become epic. I promise you, it'll be worth the wait. And BTB, thank you so much, dude. I really do. This made my year. It didn't just make my Christmas. It made my year. This is probably the best thing I've received all year from anybody. Given its past and its history. And when we spoke about the love that you had for this thing. And I'm completely honored and blown away that you trusted me into something that has so much of your childhood into it. And I hope I do well by it. So let me put that aside, and I guess now's the time to get to the box from Mr. Oh, no, one more thing. I do want to note, though, that Mr. BTB also gave me an ice cube tray. These huge ice cubes. I'll put a picture of it. They're like 2 by 2 inch ice cubes. It said, "Keep your drinks classy, brother." But it's not gaming related, so I didn't pull it out for this. But I'll put a picture of it up anyway. So, BTB, thank you so much, man. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And speaking of Christmas, the last item, really, before I get to the box from Mr. Paku Paku, was the only gaming-related thing I truly got for Christmas. This year, it was a pretty tight Christmas this year for everybody, as far as I'm concerned. Here, but I was happy to get this. I got the companion piece of the Art of Atari. This is, let me move this, the poster collection that is a companion piece, the Art of Atari. Oh, look at that, opened right up to Haunted House. That goes to the actual book I got for Christmas last year. So that was perfect. I don't plan on pulling any of these out and framing them anytime soon, maybe once we decide on a house. The market is crazy. It's been tough trying to find one that's not only within our budget, but within what we need. So I might buy a second one of these because these posters are double-sided, and maybe do a line of the posters all the way around. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave them in the book. I don't know. We'll figure that out when the time comes, and I always go on impulse and feel. So that was great. Thanks to the Mrs. Creep. I really do appreciate that. I really did want this. And she came through with flying colors. So thank you so much for that. All right, now to the box. You know what? I need to take a pause. Hold on. Okay, so now to the box from the almighty Mr. Paku Paku. And he alluded to a few things that were in here. So I knew 2 or 3 things, but I didn't realize how much he was actually going to send. And, dude, if you're watching this, man, thank you so much. You've always been so kind to me. I haven't really ever had the means to repay it. And, I kind of feel bad every time I open these, but I get excited like a little schoolgirl. I get giddy. And I squee whenever I open up these boxes and see what's inside. So, I suppose you don't give a shit about any of that. You just want to see what's in the box. So, if you haven't been following my Instagram, then you don't know what's inside this box now, do you? Well, there's bubble wrap in there. So that's all you really need to know. Bubble wrap. All right, so let's start off with some gaming-related things that aren't actual games. He sent me a couple of the Atari Hot Wheels. He sent me the Missile Command oil truck. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. Looks like an oil truck. Maybe it's a milk truck. Gonna have some milk and cookies while playing Missile Command, which is a fucking awesome game. I love Missile Command. And a Breakout delivery van. That looks like a milk truck itself, too. I bet you that's either delivering soda, which I need to cut down on because I got the sugar. And, yeah, I love the cab. It's just nice, vibrant red. I know you can't see it on my camera, but with the Atari logo perfectly painted on there. These are awesome. Thank you so much, dude. I really do appreciate those. I love Hot Wheels. I love trucks. I love vans. I love Atari, and they smashed it all together. There are 6 of them in total. I'm sure you know. These have been out for a while. I never really aspired to get them all. I almost did one day. I had the opportunity to buy all of them, but I chose not to. I really want that Atari 2600 Winnebago. That would be rad. Eventually, I'll have them all, and I'll put them into some kind of a display. Maybe I'll open them. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Maybe go after yourself. All right, so on the very top of the box, I've already opened it, obviously. Were a couple of Super Nintendo games, 3 in total. We got Super WrestleMania. Cool. We have Dragon's Lair for the Super Nintendo, which I didn't know existed. When this arcade came out, I was like, wow, that's something special. And I can't wait to dig into that and see how that go. And Super Smash Brothers TV, or Super Smash TV, sorry. I told myself, don't say Smash Brothers. But Super Smash TV, this is such a fun game. I believe it's also on the Genesis as well. And I've honestly never played a home port of this. I've always just played it, elsewhere. But yeah, those are pretty cool. Again, ironically, I don't have a way to play Super Nintendo right now because my Super Nintendo Shorty Mini Part 2, whatever the hell you want to call it, decided to split its mortal coil on me while playing Super Castlevania. So, we'll work on getting me a new Super Nintendo, and I'll get working on playing those. The next item is an original PlayStation, Jet Moto 2, the Greatest Hits Collection. That was dumb. I don't care about Green Label. As long as the game's in there, I do not give a shit what the casing is. I like racing games, and this looks fun as hell, so I might actually play this sometime this week, depending on my schedule. He also sent along, I don't know if he knew I needed these or not, a couple of memory cards for the PlayStation, the original PlayStation. I'm going to assume these are brand new and never used, but I don't know if you knew that I needed these, but I actually did need them, so thank you, bud. Really do appreciate it. Let's see. We'll go to a GameCube game. Now, I don't play GameCube. I don't own a GameCube, but our Wii plays GameCube. And I just happen to have a Wavebird controller. So, he sent along this GameCube game called Space Raiders. Never heard of it. It's from the guys who made Space Invaders, I guess. I don't know. Looks like a run and gun adventure kind of deal. I've never played it before, so this would be interesting to jump onto. So I might do that sometime here in the next week or two. We'll see. Maybe just give it a quick go. I don't have a memory card for GameCube either, so we'll have to figure that out somehow. But either way, I was happy to see that because it's interesting. Even though it's a GameCube game, I've never heard of it. It's right up my alley. It's aliens, it's shooting, it's running around, and you get some hot animated chicks named Ashley. So every chick named Ashley I've ever met was crazy. That's not to offend anyone named Ashley. It's just the case. The next game I've wanted to play since they decided to start talking about it. And he's just so happened to buy a copy of it and said, you know what, do you want it? But there's a catch. There's always a fucking catch. But no, I'm happy to have this, if anything, just for my Friday the 13th display, and I just fucking ruined it for you. It's Friday the 13th, the game, for the Xbox. Here's the catch. I don't own an Xbox One, nor do I think I'm ever going to. I don't know. I'm leaning towards the PlayStation 4, as you all should know by now. The other catch is, it's a PAL game. I guess he accidentally got this one, and it would just been more of a bother to send it back, so he bought an NTSC copy and just said, do you want that for your shelf? And I said, yes, please. May I have that, sir? So he gave that to me. I can't be, even if I can't play it, I don't care. I have a copy of Friday the 13th, the game, and that makes me happy enough for right now. But as soon as I do get a playable copy and something to play it on, you guys are fucking doomed. Every one of you. I will find a way to hack it, so I'm always Jason. And I will split your craniums left and right. So. All right, so last on the chopping block. I know you've been on here for way too long. 2 Genesis and 1 Master System game. We'll start with Master System. Global Defense. I remember playing this in the arcade. Never played it on the Master System. I do remember this was both a joystick and a trackball game. I don't know how the hell they're going to do the controls for that on here, if they just simplified them or what. It's going to be interesting to find out. And find out we will. And last 2 Genesis games. We got Clay Fighter, which is an average fighting game. It's actually quite frustrating. But I didn't have it. I don't know if you didn't know if I had it or not, but Genesis and Master System are 2 systems I am focusing on heavily. So I was happy to see that there were a couple of Genesis titles in there as well. The Master System game was a nice surprise too. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. And the last one is the one game that I always talk about. It's a game, I've made a video about it. I even made it like dramatic at the end, like, you know, reunited and it feels so good. It's the same way again. Because when I sold off my collection, of course, this game disappeared with it. And that game is this one. God damn, I love that game. The almighty motherfucking Drugster! Can't say enough good things about it. I've played this on my channel. There's 100,000 reviews of it. You know it. I know it. It's amazing. I need not to say any more. So that's everything, guys. I've picked up since August. It's not a lot, even though this video ran on and on and on. But that's everything gaming related, with the exception of this. But it was too epic not to put into the mix. So look at that. That's a cool pose. Fix your head, boy. Fix your head. Excuse me. Everyone in the house is sick, and I'm just coming off of my cold. So guys, thank you always so much for watching. I've noticed since the latest Atari Box videos, I've gained another bunch of subscriptions. So if you're fairly new to this channel and you're wondering what the fuck's going on, thank you so much for coming by to begin with. I really do appreciate it. I do plan on making a video here, a sit and chat video, discussing not necessarily the future of the channel, but I have a question for you guys. But you're going to have to wait till later on this week or next week to see that video, because I don't want to flood my channel too much. I mean, I posted 2 videos yesterday. One addressing the Hyperkin Retron 77 and where the fuck is it? Another one I had made the weekend I saw the Last Jedi. I was just bored. I don't know where that came from, but I got to eat a buffalo burger for the first time. A burger actually made from buffalo. And I don't know. That was nonsense. And I just said, hell with it. I'll just upload it, because I hadn't uploaded it in over a week. So, guys, everybody, thank you so much as always for watching. I really do appreciate it. You keep this channel going as, guerrilla as this channel has always been. But I really do appreciate each and every one of you. The comments, the thumbs up, even the thumbs down. And even you, James, the guy, every time I post about the Atari box, comes on and pukes all over it. I even appreciate you. So, guys, until next time, I hope everyone's doing well. Take care.